Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have this 2023 Porsche Panamera 4S. I know Porsche just basically did a redesign for the 2025 model, and is it still worth picking this one up or not? We're gonna first start with the design. The design overall still looks really similar to the 2025. We do have a little bit of difference in the headlight design on the new one, but these old ones are still amazing. We do have LED DRLs and LED headlights. LED DRLs right over here as well. Functioning air vents. We do have these 19-inch black gloss rims. They look amazing with those massive Porsche brakes. We do have adaptive air suspension as well. The new ones have something called hydraulic suspension, which is like way better compared to this one. That's one of the major differences for the 2025 year. We do have real functioning air vents on the side. They redirect the air through here, going across the body. In the back is quite similar to the new one. We still do have these beautiful LED tail lights going across. We do have dual exhaust, 2.9 liter twin turbo V6, making 443 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. One of the other major differences that we get in the new ones is we do get what they call an electric turbocharger. Basically, it's like a plug-in hybrid system, which also has this engine paired with electric motors. They make close to 600 horsepower. That's insane. But even this is impressive for a twin turbo V6. Paired to an 8-speed PDK transmission, in a sense, power to all four wheels. Of course, the rear-wheel drive option is also available as well, but the S models come standard with the all-wheel drive. Okay, so before I move on, I would really like to thank Go Luxury Auto Group. They're here located in downtown Dallas. They have one of the best selection of different luxury vehicles. Porsches, Audis, G-Wagons, and everything. You name it, they have it. So if you guys are interested in buying a luxury vehicle, please do go check them out, as well as this Porsche. Okay guys, so starting with the interior, of course, it's a Porsche. The interior is amazing, top-notch quality. And of course, we do have a smart key fob. And then instead of adding a push start, Porsche decided to go with their heritage of adding the key fob, the key on this side as they used to in their earlier races. So press on the brake. There you go, it comes to life. And of course, we do have leveling headlights as well. So when the vehicle is moving, let's say the vehicle is like this, the headlights will go like this to like make it and keep it all level. And the materials used is all amazing, all soft touch leather going all throughout the dash. We basically have no creaks like how we do get in some newer Mercedes. Even this right here is all soft touch. However, we do have some piano black over here. I wish it was carbon fiber. We do have an option for a carbon fiber though. But this one, the one I currently have right now, is all piano black. And we also have an option to get a third display right over here for the passenger side. And it can only be seen from the passenger side. Let's say I'm driving, I can't be looking at there. And we do have our iconic Porsche steering wheel, as well as full metal power shifters, which is nice. Some other newer brands just basically just like put some like cheap plastic ones. However, the steering wheel is not electrically controlled. Instead, I have to pull a lever and it's all manual. However, I'm fine with this because the way this vehicle drives and handles is just like really good. So I really don't mind having a manual adjustable steering wheel. Here we do have our controls for the radio, and here I have the controls for my amazing instrument cluster. This is, in my opinion, one of the best ones. Of course, some people do like analog, like myself. I really do like displays and analog, especially for a sport vehicle like this. So Porsche did offer us an analog gauge cluster for your RPM, but also gave us basically two displays on the sides, which are customizable. So right now, it's currently in the navigation. It gives me a whole navigation system here. My trip information, my vehicle information, tire pressure, and also basically like the torque, how it's being delivered. So let me put it to drive. As you can see, it's basically just giving me 90% of the torque to the rear, to the rear wheels. Sorry about that. There you go. I'm gonna put it into reverse now. And it's still giving the same amount of torque. It does depend on how the vehicle is basically being driven. And if I press on this button one more time, it will give me to just this one right over here. It's currently at our speed gauge. It can have basically a few controls here, also adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, all that stuff. And if I press it one more time, basically this is all the controls that we get here. And then also the other thing is, if we get a vehicle on the side which is parked, instead of making a light over here, it shows an icon right over here about our blind spot monitoring. And this infotainment system is amazing. It's really smooth, really easy to use. Of course, we do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they do come standard. And I can also adjust all my HVAC controls here. I'm like go through the physical controls in a bit too, but just to show, I can actually adjust how the airflow is going, because this one has those like electric adjustable airflows. It may be a little bit of a hassle once you're driving the vehicle and going through that, but it's a really nice touch that we do get. Also, our AC controls are here, and we do have built-in factory navigation. I'm gonna be honest, it's not as good as how we get it basically in a Mercedes or in some BMWs, but it's still pretty decent. And we get a little bit of a lag, but other than that, it's really smooth. The overall experience is really smooth. However, the navigation I find to be a little bit lagging. And here I have all my vehicle settings. Currently in assistance, it will give me like my lane to change, my lane to keep, and basic assist. Here is my drive modes. I currently have the drive mode in sport. I can put it into individual and sport. My chassis is in sport plus. Basically in sport plus, the vehicle just like drives like in the sport plus, it'll be like a little bit more stiffer suspension. Here is our spoiler. I cannot actually have it retracted as well. You have to press and hold it. It just went down. I will show the process too, how it's going from the outside. And here is our comfort settings. Basically our driver's seat, how to heat it and ventilate it. We don't have massaging seats. They're an option, but they don't come standard. And of course, we do have our vehicle settings, our displays, our center display. We do have a head-up display as well. And unfortunately, the thing is, I really can't show you the head-up display through the camera. The way it just works, like you guys can't clearly see the head-up display. And if I want to have a split screen, I can just pull this up like this. Here, it will also show me Apple CarPlay, also show me maps and all that stuff. And of course, we do have LTE 4G data as well. The iconic Porsche clock right over here. And then moving down here below, we do have our air vents. As I said before, they can only be controlled through the infotainment system. This is all piano black. It will attract a lot of dust and fingerprints over time, but it's really solid. Here I can adjust my volume control, and this is made out of all metal. Here is my controls to adjust our HVAC controls. And the thing I like about Porsche is, even in the front, each side get their very own fan speed. I can have this one on max and this one basically off. Like the way it works is really good. We do have heated vented seats. I can turn them on over here. Even though these aren't real buttons, you do get really nice haptic feedback. And here I can turn on sport mode. I can put my chassis basically into sport and sport plus. Our traction control button, our automatic braking is here. On this side, basically we have controls for our HVAC control still. We do have our individual mode and our sport mode. And here is basically our controls to adjust for our for our infotainment system, our navigation, phone, assistant settings, our apps, home, car, everything that I just showed you before can all be accessed through here. We do have this amazing gear shifter. I'm going to put it into and then for drive, I press up and right over here, put it into drive. For manual, I do this, and now I can use the pedal shifters to change the gears. Back into drive. For reverse, I just do this, press on the button to put into reverse, and that does bring up the 360-degree camera, the rear view camera as well. I'm gonna be honest, unfortunately, the quality of the cameras aren't as good as we get in other competitions. For park, I just basically press this button right over here, and we do have a small storage space here. And we have two cup holders here, as well as a center console. And it does include a USB-C port. And these seats are amazing. They're heated and vented. The design is really nice. So here in the back, this Porsche Panamera in the second row. One of the differences between the Porsche Panamera and the 911 is basically the practicality we get with the Panamera. We get like a full-size trunk as well as two extra full-size seats here. It's 6 feet. I can comfortably fit in here. It's not the most spacious car out there, but it's still perfect for like what it is. Pretty decent amount of legroom and really good amount of headroom. All soft touch of material going all the way through. The same panel black that we get in the front. Our very own air vents right over here. And all soft leather going all the way through, and it feels really solid. We like basically have zero cracks. We do have a storage compartment right over here. The seat design is amazing. We do have 2 more air vents over here. One thing we're missing is it's an add-on package that we can add. It basically gives you individual control for HVAC in the rear, I believe, as well as massaging seats in the back and heated vented seats. But the one I currently have doesn't have this package. We still have this control right over here, which I can use to turn off and on the shade, my sunroof basically. And as well as we do get this armrest over here, which does go up. When this goes up, it does give you this kind of like a piano black over here. I can just press right over here and it gives me access to 2 cup holders and as well as 2 USB-C chargers for charging. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward in the back. There's nothing special here. And the one thing I would like to mention is the quality of the headliner. I really wish it was suede like how we get in other luxury vehicles. Unfortunately, it's not suede. We do get in a full-size trunk and as well as more storage space right over here, as well as your air compressor in case you have a flat. This vehicle is still worth it in 2025, even though Porsche just launched the new 2025 version. You can like now pick these up for around 60 to 65k, depending on how many miles it has on it. The same amount of performance with 445 horsepower that if you want with the 2025 one, it will probably cost you over 100k after taxes and everything. So these older ones are justified. We like really basically don't get that drastic of a change to like say this is not worth it. We still have amazing front and rear designs. This interior is really good. We still have a really nice display with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, heated vented seats, this amazing driver display. The only difference is, in my opinion, is in the powertrain, if you like the hybrid or not. And then also with the suspension type. The new one is way more comfortable and it gives you way more customization than this old one does. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. As I said before, please do go check out Go Luxury Auto Groups.